There are reports out there that your campaign is in turmoil, that you personally, as campaign chairman, have lost control of your candidate. Your response?
Well, first of all, the candidate is in control of his campaign. That's number one. And I'm in control of doing the things that he wants me to do in the campaign. The turmoil, this is another Clinton narrative that's being put out there and that the media is picking up on. In the last week, we've just announced our 50 state chairman in the states. We've announced a record amount of money that we raised in July. Mr. Trump has appeared this week in front of crowds that are overflowing onto the streets. So the campaign is in very good shape. You know, we are organized, we are moving forward, and the Clinton machine may not like it, but we're prepared for the fight.
You fired Ed Brookover, though, a guy who came over from the Dr. Ben Carson campaign. That doesn't necessarily, he was an envoy to the Republican National Committee. That doesn't necessarily look like a campaign that's...
No, I mean, first of all, one person doesn't define a campaign. Number two, he was not even part of the campaign. He was sitting over at the RNC, and his function was to deal with the liaison on the convention, and the convention was over. I mean, Ed's a great guy. You know, the RNC, role at the RNC was over with when the convention was over with. So it has nothing to do with the campaign and the structure of the campaign. We've hired 50 guys in the last week that we've announced as state directors that went on payroll August 1st. So you know, that should be what's defining the campaign.
There's another report out there, and I want to get your comment on this, that there is to be some kind of a campaign intervention this weekend, that people like Rudy Giuliani and possibly Newt Gingrich and you and the Trump children are going to sit down with your candidate and try to refocus the campaign and direct fire at Hillary Clinton instead of fellow Republicans like Paul Ryan, for instance. Is that going to happen?
This is the first I'm hearing of that. First of all, the candidate, watch him this afternoon. He's going to be talking about the same situation you asked me, this $400 million Iran secret payment. He's going to be talking about Hillary Clinton's failed leadership as Secretary of State. He's going to be talking about her arrogance on what she thinks she should share with the American people as far as the Clinton Foundation and some of the conflicts that she had as Secretary of State. So, I mean, the campaign is focused, and the campaign is moving forward in a positive way. The only need we have for an intervention is maybe with some media types who keep saying things that aren't true.
But there was that email sent out to members of Congress saying, you know, let's put this controversy behind us. Let's try and focus our efforts on other areas, and yet the candidate himself continues to bring that up.
The candidate wanted to make clear two things on the Khan situation, and we've put it behind us, frankly. One is he does sympathize with them, the family, for the loss. But two, he was concerned more about what caused that loss, which is the failed policies of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama that led to the rise of ISIS, led to the destabilizing of the situation there, and caused the deaths of many other American families, sons and daughters. So that's what he was talking about. The Khan situation was not a core as Khan. It was part of a bigger message, and that's what our candidate's trying to talk about.
Also, these reports that Donald Trump in his security briefings was asking about the use of nuclear weapons. Is that true? It's
absolutely not true. And in fact, those security briefings haven't even started yet, that they were supposedly referencing. The idea that he's looking at trying to understand where to use nuclear weapons, it just didn't happen. I mean, I was in the meeting. It didn't happen.